Pietrini Elementary News.
Hola a todos, somos Pietrini Elementary. Dzień dobry, będziemy prezentować P.E.N. Pietrini Elementary News.
And I am Emily. Today is the 31st
Of Halloween,
The parade starts at 1:30.
and the parties are after the parade
The weather is cold, so bring a jacket.
when you're going to trick-or-treating.
Emily, what are you going to be for Halloween?
Oh, a devil. What are you going to be, Alyssa?
I'm going to be, I don't know, maybe a panda?
Oh, okay. Have a safe Halloween.
Make sure to watch more videos of P.E.N. News.
We are the Pietrini News Tellers. Today is Halloween. We're gonna talk about bullying. Bullying affects people because it will make the person feel lonely and make them feel isolated. We can help the person who is being bullied by making sure they aren't left out in activities and games. We can also help them and compliment them. Miss Crane, how did the person that was being bullied feel?
Well, like you guys were saying, they feel lonely and isolated, and sometimes their self-esteem is affected from that.
What can we do to make the person that was being bullied feel better?
Well, it really takes everyone to be an upstander and to stand up against bullying. Being a buddy to that person, being a friend, and just like you guys were saying, including them and complimenting them and making them feel part of the community helps.
Did you ask the bully why they bullied the person?
Whenever I work with someone, it's always between, it's confidential, but a lot of times bullies bully for very many different reasons, and they also have problems, and that's why they do bully. So when you stand up to a bully, you also are getting them help. So that's why it's so important that you tell an adult and you get help for both the victim and the bully.
What did you say to the bully?
A lot of times when I work with someone who has a history of bullying, we work on building empathy and compassion for other people and learning those social skills to how to be a good friend to others.
That's it for anti-bullying. Remember to always be kind and subscribe for more.
Hello, I'm Damien, and I'm Max, and we are talking about pollution damaging our planet, and it's because of our good.
It's called pollution. It's slowly messing with our temperature and melting our ice caps.
This is killing animals, damaging plants, and might fuel to tsunamis. So we need to make a change. Right here, right now.
Hello, I'm Omar, and I'm here to talk about space news and upcoming space launches. The first thing I would like to talk about is the BFR space test launch. The rocket is manufactured by SpaceX, a private space company. The test vehicle is at 167 feet standing and is preparing its final check and final touch-ups for the test launch. The other thing I would like to mention is NASA's new Artemis program and the SLS rocket, or the Space Launch System, which is a rocket designed to bring us back to the moon in 5 years in 2024 and eventually to Mars in about 15 years. The BFR and the SLS are both designed to go to the moon and Mars. Both rockets are being made at this moment. Another thing I would like to mention is crew compactity and types of spacecraft NASA and SpaceX will be launching. And the spacecraft NASA will be launching is called Orion. It can hold up to 4 people in its command module. The other spacecraft SpaceX will be launching is called BFR, or the Big Falcon rocket. Although the spacecraft is also called BFR, it is still separate. It is still separate from the spacecraft. The BFR is the rocket that they will be launching the spacecraft. The spacecraft is actually called Starship. Now I would like to talk about crew capacity about the BFR. The BFR can hold up to a whopping 100 people in their crew section. Next, I would like to talk about rocket capability, efficiency, and reliability. First, I will talk about efficiency. The SLS rocket will provide 8.4 million pounds of thrust at liftoff. The BFR will provide 11.8 million pounds of thrust at liftoff. Now for capability. Both rockets have the ability to go to the Moon and Mars. The SLS will be capable of launching 209,000 pounds into LEO or into low Earth orbit. The BFR rocket will be capable of launching 220,000 pounds into low Earth orbit. The other thing I would like to mention is the ISA, or Indian Space Agency. The latest mission was the Chandrayaan-2, which was a big success. Not to mention, India was the 4th country to soft land on the moon in history. Fun fact, did you know Voyager 1 and 2 are the only satellites in history to leave the solar system and to go into interstellar space as an extra bonus? It took the only pictures of the whole solar system. Alright, that is all for space news. My name is Omar Flores and I will see you next time.
Hello everybody, I'm Max.
I'm Normal.
I'm Brian.
I'm Shirley.
And today we are going to be interviewing Mr. Fisher about Veterans Day because Mr. Fisher was a veteran.
I'm Normal.
I'm Brian.
I'm Shimon.
Today we are going to interview Mr. Fisher about Veterans Day because he was a veteran. How do you feel about Veterans Day coming up?
I think Veterans Day is very important. All these men and women that actually served our country and kept it safe for all of us, and that's what Veterans Day is for. Just give them thanks.
What part of the military were you in?
I was in the Air Force.
What was it like fighting for us?
Well, I was not in a war. I was in peacetime, but there was some situations. I was stationed in I was stationed in Florida, which was a nice assignment. I was stationed in Andrew Air Base, Turkey. There have been Turkey that's been in the news quite a bit lately. I was there for 15 months. You're just ready. You're in exercise all the time, and you're trying to make sure that all the people in the military are ready for an actual war at any time.
Is there anything we can do to make you and other veterans feel special?
You know, you just have to show them respect. You know, I see some veterans that are, World War II age, frail, extremely old men and women, and you look at them and you think about the time they spent in cold, freezing temperatures for us. So you have to think about them.
That's it
for Pietrini News.
Subscribe for more.
Hi, today we are interviewing Miss Yano about Student of the Month. Miss Yano, for our first question, why did you choose to change Student of the Week to Student of the Month?
That's a great question, Dinesh. Is because one of the things that I found last year is that we oftentimes were having the same kids who were repeatedly getting it, and they weren't feeling it was as big of an honor to receive it because they kind of knew it would be their turn at some point coming soon. So I thought that by changing it to Student of the Month, we could really build the focus of how important it is to follow our patriot principles here.
For our second question, what do you get when you are selected for Student of the Month?
Ooh, great question. So when you are Student of the Month, you first and foremost get to come down here and get your picture taken. I know we have a sign for your classroom. Then you and I do an interview where I ask you questions just kind of like you guys are asking me all about yourself, which we then write up and put out on the board. I also put it in our Patriot Press, which is our parent newsletter, so it goes out to every parent here at Pietrini. And then we have a really awesome Pizza with the Principal pizza party for all of the students of the month for that month. And I even invite their parents to come in and join us too if they want.
What are some of the things that have changed about Student of the Month?
Sure, so when we just had Student of the Week, it really was just your name got announced over the announcements and that was about it. Now, as I said, we've got the picture still, which we had before, but now there's a whole interview that goes along with it. And it's actually being shared out with all of the parents and everyone here in school. Instead of just being said on our announcements for you guys to celebrate, I want everybody to be able to celebrate when we have students who are really representing those Patriot principles.
For our fourth and final question, why did you decide to put a mini description box below the picture?
Yeah, I thought it's super fun for everyone to get to know people just a little bit better. So by having that little interview question, if you're student of the month, it doesn't just say Sophie Correa is student of the month. It now tells a little bit about you. So if you're walking by, you can learn about kids in other classes, kids in other grades, and other people just here at Pietrini to get to know each other a little better and help build our school community.
Thank you, Ms. Young.
Thank you guys. Those are all really great questions.
We hope you learned something about Student of the Month.
Our names are Aaliyah, Judy, and Jordan. This is the Spotlight Teacher section. Today we're interviewing Mrs. Jones about her retiring next year. How do you feel about retiring next year?
I feel pretty good about it. I'm really excited.
What's your plan after retiring next year?
I'm going to get a part-time job. I might come back and sub. I'm not sure. We'll see.
What's your favorite memory about in the students in the year before?
You mean this year?
No, in the last year.
Last year's memorable moments. Just giving them nicknames, I think.
Will you miss your students after retiring?
Absolutely.
How do you think about your students after you retire?
How do I feel about my students? Well, I have a book of every single photo of every student I've ever had. So it's always good to go through the photos and try to remember, oh, that one was so wonderful. Oh, that one was blah, blah, blah. You know, that one was really funny.
Will you love your students forever after retirement?
Yes, but when they get older, I usually do not recognize them.
What's your favorite thing you're going to miss about Pietrini?
I'm going to miss being with the kids. I really am. I enjoy it.
How do you think after your retirement will go?
How do you think after your retirement will go? Well, I can get up whenever I want. I can have that second cup of tea. I can take the doggies for a longer walk. And I could just take it easy. I don't have anywhere to be.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
P.E.N. News, and we'll be talking about weather today.
Hi guys, I'm Nicholas, and we're here to talk about the weather recommendations, which is what you should wear for the weather and what you should do. At this point of time, there is cold weather, really cold. Now, on the day 10/11 was most likely the day when the weather started to be freezing. So here are what's necessary to wear when you come to school on this chilly day. As you can see, you must wear a jacket and one with a hoodie. You also may wear gloves.
You may wear a hat. You may wear a hat if you like to. Also, if it gets warmer, if it gets colder, and if you feel like you need a sweater under your jacket, you'll be so much warmer. But it's not the whole. Yes. But the cold weather started to get for the holidays. We'll hope you stay warm. Thank you for watching P.E.N. Weather News.
And I'm Haley, and this is P.E.N. We're going to talk about the District 84 events. First up is Halloween. We're going to have a parade on October 31st, 2019. So bring your costumes.
We are having Muffins with Mom on November 12th. We will not have school on November 27th through December 12th. I can't wait for Thanksgiving.